When you think of a deadly climate disaster, what do you picture? A hurricane, a flood, or perhaps a hot blazing sun. But what if I told you the deadliest climate threat actually happens in the dark? 2024 was the hottest year on record, and public health data tells a terrifying story. Climate change kills at night. When temperatures don't drop after the sunset, our bodies cannot recover. And who gets to sleep cool down at night is fundamentally a question of geography, income, and justice. So, hello judges, I'm Samir, and I'm here with my teammate Sophia, and we realize that while cities have access to massive amount of raw climate data, which looks something like that, they don't really have or they lack the tools to actually translate that data into something meaningful, something practical, something equitable. So that is why we built NightBreath. Introducing NightBreath. NightBreath is an interactive AI-powered climate adaptation and decision support system. It acts as a vulnerability atlas and a tactical toolkit for community planner and everyday citizen. Instead of just displaying the overwhelming raw data, which looks somewhat like this, NightBreath actually generates something which is visually appealing, and even an everyday citizen can actually understand and comprehend that. As you can see, it has generated a map over here, a road map, some charts, so which the person can actually understand. And even if that is difficult for someone to understand, we have an AI interpreter here in which you can ask question in your own language, on your own way, and it will answer it accordingly based on whatever the live context that is happening on the page. And the live context is actually being fetched from all of these satellites, all of these data, which actually also gives us a vulnerability score. As you can see, the Regent Park is at highest vulnerability score, the Downtown Core and Liberty Village. So right now the project is only focused on Toronto, and we can actually expand it to other places. Now I'd like to show you how Pulse works. Now I'd like to show you another component, Pulse. So the Pulse actually fetches top 10 states or these areas of Canada and fetches who are at most affected by the nighttime temperature risks. So right now it says Vancouver at highest risk, and this is the thing it generated a chart. And there's an AI advisor, as we asked here, an AI advisor how we can make it better based on the real context that we are fetching from a real sources at the real time. So it generated us this report. It says Vancouver is at this much risk. So how bad it is and why it is, you can actually ask the AI or anything. And besides that, we have city by city matrix in which we have thermal stress. How, as you can see, Vancouver is at is worst. And besides that, we have the population, PM, AQI level, and how we can actually make it better and how it is getting worse. Hi, and now let's move forward to the map. So map is a heat justice observatory that actually shows the projected score and the issues that are happening in the real time. So right now we have marked the entire Toronto, and you can see these are the places that are marked based on these kind of layer control, such as NHVI overlay, historical marginalization, income, demography, etc. And besides that, we have a selected neighborhood that requires that is at most highest risk, as you can see over here. And besides that, we have these kind of intensity maps in the map itself, where it actually tells the particular area that are most affected by the heat maps, the heat winds that actually requires the most support, and the AI as usual. So the map, a map like this could be overwhelming for someone who actually does not understand that kind of complex map. So we have an AI in which person can actually ask the question in their own manner, own language, in their own way, and the AI would actually answer that question based on this map. And alright, so now we have a dashboard that actually tells us how these places are becoming deadlier and how it is happening, which you can also download as a PDF. And besides that, we have a breakdown on how things are happening with nighttime temperature, canopy deficit, building age, etc. And we have the neighborhood ranking, etc. And as an AI to get the insights, and also a map which actually tells the risk, etc. And then we have a toolkit which actually tells the indigenous knowledge intervention, which actually has been utilized before, Indian staple system, etc., etc. So based on that, it actually tells us how we can actually make the issues better. Right now, it is suggesting something for Mossback. It has generated all the faces, and these are the faces it has generated. So that is how it works. And it also has an AI co-pilot over here, advisor. And these are the actual live sources that we are actually using in the NightBreath. So it is highly accurate. So thank you. That is NightBreath for you.